Today, we are diving into a massive shift happening in crypto. It's one of those things that's kind of flying under the radar, but honestly, it could completely redefine the entire industry. We're talking about privacy, but probably not in the way you're used to thinking about it. Trust me, we are on the edge of a huge turning point. So, let's just kick things off with a super bold prediction from our source material. The year is 2026. The idea here is that's the year privacy stops being this niche feature and instead becomes the absolute core, the main engine of the next big crypto cycle. So the big question is, why? What's going on behind the scenes that makes 2026 the magic number? All right, let's get into it. This isn't just some random theory from one analyst. No. This is a really powerful story that's building momentum all across the space. The main idea? Privacy is about to become the story for digital assets. We are all walking into a brand new chapter. To really get why this is all happening right now, we kind of have to look back. For pretty much all of crypto's history, privacy was treated like an optional extra, an add-on, something for the fringes. It was never really seen as a must-have for building mainstream, real-world stuff. Well, that entire way of thinking is about to get flipped completely on its head. And this shift is, well, it's dramatic. Privacy is going from nice to have to absolutely essential. But here's the most important part, the real key. We're moving away from this idea of pure, untraceable anonymity and moving towards something new, compliant privacy. And that one little change, that's what unlocks the door from the fringe to the mainstream. So who's behind this big push? Well, it's the new players who are finally coming to the table. As crypto grows up, you've got serious institutions, huge companies, and even regulators getting involved. And look, they just can't operate on a completely transparent public blockchain where every single transaction, every trade secret is out there for the world to see. They need a smarter way to balance confidentiality and transparency, a way to protect their data, keep their competitive edge, and, still follow the rules. And what's really cool is that the technology has been quietly evolving in the background to meet this exact moment. We've seen incredible breakthroughs from the privacy of zero-knowledge proofs to hardware solutions, and now we're at a whole new level of flexible, programmable privacy with tech like garbled circuits. The tech is finally ready for prime time. And make no mistake about it, this isn't just some academic theory. The market is already moving. You can see it. The money, the best developers, the smartest investors, they're all starting to pour into privacy-first infrastructure. The source we're looking at points out that VCs now see privacy as the next great moat. I mean, just think about that for a second. A moat protects a castle, right? Well, in the same way, a powerful and programmable privacy layer is going to be what protects the most valuable platforms of the future. It's what will give them a real, lasting, defensible advantage. Okay, so to see what this new tech actually looks like in the wild, our source material highlights a project called Cody as a perfect case study. It's a great example of a solution that was built specifically for this huge market shift, and it uses some pretty unique tech to solve this really complex privacy puzzle. So, what on earth are garbled circuits? It's a wild idea from cryptography that's actually been around in theory for decades, but Cody is one of the first to really get it working on-chain. The easiest way to think about it is like this. Imagine you and a friend want to know who has more money, but neither of you wants to say how much you have. Garbled circuits is like a magic box that lets you both input your numbers, and it spits out the answer, person A has more, without ever revealing the actual amounts to each other. It's seriously high-performance, programmable confidentiality. And when I say high performance, I am not kidding. According to the source, this method is 3,000 times faster than other advanced encryption techniques. That's not just a small bump. That is a massive leap forward. It's the kind of thing that takes a technology from a cool science project to a practical tool you can actually build a business on. And on top of that, it's also incredibly efficient. It has an on-chain footprint that's 250 times lighter. I mean, for anyone who's ever paid a crazy gas fee, you know exactly why that is a huge deal. This 1-2 punch of just raw speed and insane efficiency is what makes it a real solution for the complex, real-world apps that are just around the corner. But here it is, the most important point of all. And it brings us right back to why this is all happening now. This technology isn't about total dark web anonymity. It's built for compliant privacy. It lets developers build systems where you can prove what you need to prove without showing everything. It means you can have auditable transparency for regulators when it's needed, while still protecting sensitive business logic and user data. It's truly the best of both worlds. So let's zoom back out. Big picture, what does all this actually mean for the future? Well, this new wave of privacy tech isn't just a simple upgrade. It's the key that's finally going to unlock crypto's next great frontier, mass adoption, driven by real-world utility. And this is where it gets really, really exciting. When you solve the privacy puzzle, you unlock all these applications that we've only been able to dream about. We're talking about enterprise-grade DeFi that big banks can finally feel comfortable using. We're talking about tokenizing real-world assets without leaking sensitive financial details, managing our healthcare data securely on-chain, or building digital identity systems where we are actually in control of our own information. This is what's coming. So here's the bottom line. The inflection point is here. The market is shifting, the technology is finally ready, and the demand from the big players is undeniable. The winners of the next cycle? They won't be the ones who try to tack on privacy as an afterthought. No, the winners will be the ones who are building for a privacy-first world starting today. So I'll just leave you with this final thought to chew on. For so many years, privacy was seen as this hurdle, right? This problem to be solved in blockchain. But that's all changing. So the real question we should be asking ourselves now is what amazing things will people build when privacy is no longer a barrier, but is instead the fundamental building block for the next generation of the internet?
Thanks for watching. If this helped you, please like the video, subscribe to the channel, and tap the bell to get notified when we post new ones.